Hello, everyone. Welcome to our third edition of the Diamond Report. Let's get into it. Today's date's August 17th. There's been no changes to our COVID protocols. We're still operating pre-pandemic mode. Stay tuned if anything changes. A couple new topics for everyone. Number one, a new topic for this year, but something I honestly copied and pasted from last September. Time limits. Per the manual, time limits are permissible when we're talking about tournament or triangular play. 90 minutes is your time limit. It's outlined in the manual. So again, hour and a half, 90-minute time limit is permitted for triangular tournament play at the varsity level. Time limits of any sort are allowed for any sub-varsity games. The thing I want to remind everybody is if you're the host AD or the host school, that time limit needs to be communicated ahead of time so everybody, including umpires, are on the same page. So let's make sure we're doing that well in advance so everybody can plan around that heading into that tournament or triangular. Also, let's talk about suspended or postponed games, specifically with tournaments. If you are hosting a tournament, games get rained out, mechanical issues, whatever. If there's an issue, okay, we stop play. Hang on to those lineup cards. If we're able to resume play at a later time or date, we've got to have those lineup cards. But the thing I need to remind everybody is this. Because the tournament has started, you cannot manipulate, edit, change those brackets or pool matchups or any of the format that was already predetermined and started. Okay, so once that tournament has started, you can't change a format. You can't change a matchup. The destiny's already been started, and whoever's supposed to play each other should play each other when play resumes at either a later date or later time. Then the other thing I want to call to everybody's attention is this. We ended up being in a pretty good spot with umpire numbers. Last year we dropped about 8%, probably due to COVID, and we dropped to 173. This year, as of today, our number is 170. We'll probably add another couple here or there. So I'm pretty pleased with that. I was a little bit more concerned last week. Where I'm going with this is simply this. If you happen to run into a date where maybe you make up a game on a busy day already, maybe you run into a situation where there's an umpire not available, sick, whatever, and now you have one umpire available, you can still play that game with one umpire. And I just throw that out there, not that we're encouraging it, but if we run into that situation, we run into the situation. One umpire crews are permissible via NFHS rules. In this case, the umpire should work behind home plate. And I guess my message to you is this. I want to talk about it now so that if it would hit the fan and you end up with one umpire, you end up with one umpire and we're not completely shell-shocked. Yeah, it's not ideal, but it's also maybe a reality if we get to that spot later in the year or years to come. So I just want to make it known that it is permissible. And honestly, too, look at it from the stance of, hey, at least the girls are playing, and we're getting the game in. And, I've heard the horror stories even from this summer in some of our neighboring states where they literally canceled games because of umpire shortages. So, again, one umpire crews are permissible. Let's talk about umpires, or two umpires specifically. I've got our observers for the year listed out in the Diamond Report. There's 7 individuals spread across the state that'll be watching umpires and already have started in some cases. They're the people that will hopefully introduce themselves and say hi to you after they've seen you work. And we're looking forward to seeing umpires again here very soon. Reminder also for umps, make sure you apply for postseason consideration by the 10th of September. And finally, coaches, make sure you are voting for postseason consideration via your NSAA login, and you can vote for umpires all the way up until mid-September. So with that, I wish you all a great week, and again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me.